Our next guest, and wow, what a resume this young man has already put together as a high school football player. We know that Bibb County High School in Centerville has great tradition, and Deshun Murrell last season, first team Class 5A All-State after running for 2,174 yards and 33 touchdowns, 5'11", 185. Well, when you are that productive and you have the ability that this young man has, you're going to get a lot of college offers, and he had offers from the likes of Nebraska, Northwestern, Vanderbilt, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, UAB, and many more. But last night decided to go ahead and make the call for the UCLA Bruins, headed out to L.A. and the Pac-12. Deshun Murrell is with us this morning. Good morning, Deshun. How are you?
Great. How are you? Good
to have you on, man. I guess the first thing I noticed about your offer list is you must be pretty good in the classroom too, with the likes of Northwestern and Vanderbilt. So you're taking care of your grades. Let me just ask you right off the bat, why UCLA? Why now?
Really, so I had, of course, a list of schools that I wanted to attend, and it was like Duke, Nebraska, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, Cal Berkeley, UCLA, and Vanderbilt. And a few of those spots closed up. I didn't want to wait on anything else because, I had some of the best offers in the country.
You sure did.
There's more to wait on. And with UCLA, I get to play for Coach Chip Kelly. He's an amazing coach. And it's Los Angeles, which is very different from where I'm from because my city only has 2,000 people. So it's going to be a big difference. And I kind of want to see different so I can see where I want to be at once I'm done with college. And they have the #1 public school in America, which is a big deal to me because, education lasts forever, but football won't. And I felt like family with them, and I felt wanted. A lot of schools, they were still recruiting me, like some of the SEC schools, but I would say a 10th option. I felt like a #1 option at UCLA. And, that's really what made me choose them over everyone else.
Outstanding. You're right. It is a long way away. It is going to be a culture shock for you. I've been to Los Angeles, and you're right. It's not anything like Centerville or Tuscaloosa or anywhere in the state of Alabama, but it is going to be exciting for you. I know you had to talk this over with your family. What role did they play in your decision? And clearly, they gave you their blessing to go all the way across the country. Talk about your family, and was that difficult to make a decision to say, hey, I'm leaving home, and I'm not just leaving home, I'm going 2,000 miles away. What was that like?
For sure. So with me, I live with my mother and my sister. My father is not really in my life. But, we've always been, my mother and my sister have had a close bond. But, I've kind of been not in the mix as much. When I was a kid, I used to stay at my friend's house and everything because I'm a guy. I want to hang around with guys and everything. And last year, I got a job at McDonald's, and I've been working ever since. I had 3 jobs at one point.
Wow. Now
I'm working at pretty much just doing everything for myself, like paying insurance, getting food, bill all that, car insurance, gas, And so I'm kind of more independent. So everything that I do, it's like a more mature decision. And I don't think like a teenager. So that's helped me a lot. I think it'll help me in the future with going so far away from home. Being away from home doesn't bother me. I used to go to Chicago around 10 years old by myself on the Greyhound, just to visit some family and everything. I used to live there as a kid, so I'm kind of accustomed to the big cities, but, I've just grown up really in the country. So I think it'll be a great fit for me. My family, they're all excited for me because I'll really be the first to go to college outside of, my aunt and my cousin, but they're not really in my household or anything or close to us. So it'll be a big deal really in my family because not many go into college. They go into the workforce and everything. So everyone is really excited for me. Of course, there's going to be some who aren't and whatever, but, I consider everyone in Bibb County my family. So they're all excited and, just proud that I'm making something of myself and, better in my future.
Absolutely. Just outstanding opportunity for you. Of course, covering high school football on Friday nights and doing a 30-minute high school football show, we sent photographers down to your games a number of times last year. So I've gotten to see you play, video of you playing, and I want to get your thoughts on yourself as a runner. I mean, I look at you and I see a kid that's physically well developed. You're a strong, powerful young man. You run behind your pads. You can run over people. You also can make them miss. You don't run for 2,174 yards and 33 touchdowns unless you're also elusive. But you seem to have that combination of speed and power and elusiveness that makes you special. When you look at yourself as a running back, what do you think makes you the player that you are? What are some of your best qualities as a runner?
I think my best quality overall is the ability to allow plays to develop. You know, not many younger guys are patient with everything they do. They just want to run into a hole, you know, head down and all that. But I think one of the great things that I've heard a lot of coaches say that you'll learn in college is you're stuck to the line of scrimmage and you found that hole and you make your burst. I think was one of my biggest qualities over the past 2 years. My freshman year, I got scolded a little bit for that, for tiptoeing to the hole, I guess you could call it. But I think my biggest quality really is the patience, and, you know, allowing everything to develop. And there's a hole there. I'll go through it if it needed to be done. But for the most part, you know, of course, in high school ball, it's different. You know, the speed and the pace and everything is different in college, especially in the Pac-12. But I know in high school, which, you know, you play at your level you're at right now. So I like to, you know, be patient and everything and allow it to all open up and not just run wild, you know, run control and to control the offense as an entirety, because I don't want the defense to make me react. You know, I want to make them react to me.
Well, you've done that. You know, UCLA, that's going to be awesome. You'll sign in December, but you got work to do before you get to Los Angeles. First, before we get to your team and look ahead to the season and look back at what was a great year last year, how are the workouts going? How are you guys handling workouts with the social distancing, with the mask, with having to clean all the equipment? How's that going so far?
So we're doing a very great job. You know, our coach provides us with masks and everything, and we have our own water bottles, and we're trying our best to stay 6 feet apart. And when we're not, we have our mask on after every single lift, wiping down everything, just staying as clean as possible, you know, following the rules. Because, you know, our coach, our program strongly believes in doing things the right way. A lot of schools won't do that, but, you know, that's what we caught ourselves on over the past few years, which is like built up success for us. And, you know, I think we're on the rise in all sports at Bibb County, and even in the classrooms. You know, I think Coach Gohagen, which is my head coach, has done a great job. You know, he's the assistant principal now, and the school has changed its entirety. So we do everything the right way. But workouts have been pretty intense. You know, for me, they're not as bad because I've still been training over the break and everything during quarantine as much as possible. You know, but had a few guys throwing up and everything, but we're getting a very great sweat in. We're learning new things, you know, a few new installs, and we're staying in great shape. I already feel in better shape now than I was when we started 2 weeks ago. So that's great.
We are visiting with Deshun Murrell, all-state running back from Bibb County, UCLA commitment, one of the best in the state of Alabama. Last season, you guys, and let me say for the folks listening, Bibb County's got a great tradition, a great program. They've never won a state championship. Last year, you guys went through the regular season undefeated, including that classic game against American Christian to end the season. You took out Parker and Greenville to move to the third round of the Class to your playoffs, and you took on Briarwood. It wound up being a heartbreaking game to lose 7-3. What a season it was, but how motivated are you by that loss to come back and win it all this year?
You know, with me, I don't like to dwell on the past of things, so I take every game the same. You know, I take the same approach as I did with Greensboro as I'm going to this year. You know, last year, I want to take the same approach with ACA as I am going to Andalusia and every other team. I don't care their record or whatever. That's what our entire team does. So, you know, the past is in the past. We learn from our mistakes, which we made a lot of mistakes in that game. There's no excuses and everything. We just lost. You know, there's nothing you can do to make up that loss, and we'll never get that chance again. So I think just really putting that in the back and moving forward, becoming a better program, better team, better family overall. And I know that'll help us in the future. That's what our head coach process on is moving on and just bettering ourselves every day. If we get better every day, then we'll do much better things this year than last year. Because, we had a decent season last year. It wasn't a great season because we didn't win the championship, but it was a decent season for some. But what we have to change in Bibb County is, not to stop making the third round be good, and getting to the championship is good. Because in my eyes, I see getting to the third round is bad. It's like, if you're not first, you're last. So that's really our approach as a team on that.
What a competitor. I tell you what, man, you've set some high goals. What about you you personally this coming season? I mean, you're going to be a marked man. I mean, you're going to be the guy that every coach on the opposing team puts a game plan in to slow down and stop after the kind of season you put together. What about that challenge? Does that motivate you, knowing that teams are going to be gunning for you?
Not at all. I mean, yeah, like I said, I'm going to take the same approach as I would. I know it sounds cliche and everything, but I know our guys up front are going to do a great job just like they did last year. We have two great offensive linemen that left last year, starters, of course. But I think we have some younger guys that are going to step in as well as some experienced guys that we have this year, which I think we have around 3 or 4 seniors. And we have 2 outstanding juniors that are coming in, with Bo Burks and Preston Young. They're 2 great, big, physical, strong guys, and they're both athletic. So I know if we all do our part and, play as a team, anything is possible. And, we'll just see what happens when we get there. We're not a team to talk about what we're going to do and say we're going to be this and be that. We just, let our game play, just talking.
Wrapping up with Deshun Murrell. Let me ask you this. When you get out to Los Angeles, and I know you mentioned head coach Chip Kelly and you go through the recruiting process with him, what has he told you? What are your goals? Is it your plan to play right away? Would you like to redshirt? What are your thoughts on when you get out to UCLA next year as a freshman?
I'm a competitor, so I'm already getting all the information on every running back on the roster right now. I want to know everything about them because I'm looking to compete. That's what my scholarship for is, to compete, make the football team better and the school better overall, the entire program. So I'm looking in. You can't compete on the sideline. I'm looking to come in and play my freshman year and compete for a starting job. A lot of people say it's not possible or whatever. I may be a little bit undersized, but, you're going to put on weight naturally as you get older, and weight's not the main thing in deciding playing time. I know I'm going to work harder than anybody there, which I'm not going to let anybody outwork me, of course, in the classroom or, on that field, off the field, whatever it may be. So I'm looking to come in and play early, and then go on the track season and hopefully compete in nationals.
Outstanding. Well, I tell you this, Deshun, we're excited about your accomplishments and looking forward to your senior season at Bibb County, and then we'll certainly follow you at UCLA. Thanks for the time, and good luck and continued success.
Yes, sir. Have a great day.